Did your girlfriend ignore you? Are you replying too quickly, always available, always chasing? Sometimes being too eager can make you seem less valuable. Attraction isn't built on constant access. It's built on presence, confidence, and a little mystery. Step back. Let her miss your energy. Let desire breathe. Have you ever noticed how, when you become too available, things start to slip away? It's frustrating, right? You try to be there, be understanding, but somehow it backfires. In today's video, we're going to explore this dynamic through the lens of Stoic philosophy and how it can actually help you gain control over your relationships and your own peace of mind. Stick around to find out why being too available might be pushing people away and how Stoicism teaches us to find balance. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm glad you found us. We break down real attraction, emotional strength, and the mindset that high-value women crave. No fluff, just raw, honest game. If you're ready to stop chasing and start attracting, subscribe now. Your evolution starts here. We explore Stoicism and how its ancient wisdom can be applied to modern life. Today's topic is one many of us struggle with, especially in relationships: being too available. Whether it's in romantic relationships, friendships, or even with family, being constantly available can sometimes lead to losing someone's interest. But why does this happen? And what can we do about it, using Stoic principles? Let's dive in. Number 1. Desire and attachment. Marcus Aurelius once said, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to think, to enjoy, to love." This powerful reminder encourages us to embrace life's small joys. But what happens when we desire too much from a single person or a relationship? The Stoics warn that excessive attachment leads to dependence, a form of emotional slavery. When we are overly available to someone, we give them power over our happiness. We begin to depend on their attention and approval, and this creates an unhealthy dynamic. The more you crave someone's presence, the more you risk becoming emotionally dependent on them. As a result, your worth is no longer rooted in your own self, but in the approval of others. Stoicism teaches that true freedom comes from being detached, not in the sense of being cold or indifferent, but in realizing that our happiness should not be dictated by another person's actions. By practicing non-attachment, we remain grounded and free to pursue our own path without needing to seek validation from anyone. So, the next time you find yourself seeking constant attention, remind yourself of Marcus Aurelius's wisdom. True happiness comes from within, not from the external approval of others. Number 2. The danger of neediness. Epictetus, one of the most prominent Stoic philosophers, taught that freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control. In relationships, one of the things we cannot control is how much attention or affection someone gives us. When we constantly make ourselves available to someone, we often slip into a state of neediness, unintentionally giving away our power. Neediness happens when you prioritize someone else's needs above your own, sacrificing your boundaries in the process. The danger of neediness is that it shifts the balance of the relationship. Instead of two people coming together as equals, it can feel as if one person is giving more, while the other takes. This imbalance is draining for both parties and can lead to feelings of resentment and boredom. Stoicism reminds us to be self-sufficient and emotionally resilient. Instead of seeking constant attention or approval, we should focus on building our own strength and confidence. When you're comfortable with who you are and don't rely on others for validation, you become more attractive and secure. So, avoid the trap of neediness. Focus on building your emotional independence, and you'll find that healthy, fulfilling relationships naturally follow. Number 3. The importance of self-respect. Seneca, another great Stoic philosopher, famously wrote, "No man is free who is not master of himself." This quote speaks directly to the importance of self-respect in any relationship. When we are constantly available to someone, we risk losing respect for ourselves. We might begin to believe that our value is determined by how much time and energy we give to others. But this is a dangerous mindset. Self-respect is the foundation of all strong relationships, including the relationship we have with ourselves. By prioritizing our own needs and setting healthy boundaries, we reinforce the belief that we deserve respect from others. When you are always available, you send the message that your time and energy are limitless, which can lead others to take you for granted. The Stoic approach emphasizes the need for self-mastery, being able to choose how you spend your time and who you devote your attention to. This doesn't mean being distant or cold. It means valuing yourself enough to maintain your boundaries. Remember, self-respect is not selfish, it is essential. By treating yourself with respect, you set a standard for others to follow. This is how you build relationships based on mutual admiration and trust. Number 4. Maintaining mystery and intrigue. One of the most powerful aspects of human attraction is mystery. In Stoic philosophy, we are encouraged to embrace the unknown, both in life and in our relationships. Embrace obstacles as opportunities for growth, says Epictetus, which is a reminder that not everything should be easily attainable. When you are always available and transparent, you remove the element of mystery that naturally draws others to you. Think about it. In any dynamic, when one person is always present and accessible, the sense of anticipation and excitement diminishes. People are often more interested in what they don't have immediate access to. In relationships, this mystery can create a healthy sense of intrigue and desire. By balancing availability with distance, you allow the other person to miss you, appreciate you more, and seek your company with genuine interest. The Stoic philosophy of balance plays a key role here. It teaches us to practice self-control and avoid overextending ourselves. By maintaining some level of distance and mystery, you keep the relationship fresh and engaging. So, don't be afraid to step back sometimes and allow others the space to appreciate you. After all, absence makes the heart grow fonder. Number 5. Balanced priorities. Epictetus also said, "Make the best use of what is in your power and take the rest as it happens." This is a powerful reminder of the importance of prioritizing what truly matters in our lives. When we become too available to someone else, we often lose sight of our own priorities. Relationships are important, but so is personal growth, career, and the pursuit of passions. If we neglect these things, we risk becoming one-dimensional and losing our sense of self. The Stoic approach teaches us to maintain a balanced life, where we give attention to our relationships, but also to our personal development. By being too available to others, we are essentially giving up our own time and energy. We often think we're doing the right thing by being constantly available, quick to reply, always saying yes. But in reality, we are quietly neglecting our own growth, boundaries, and self-respect. By focusing on our goals and not sacrificing them for someone else's inconsistent energy, we protect our inner balance and strength. So, the next time you feel that familiar urge to drop everything for someone else, pause, breathe, step back. Remember the bigger picture, your time, your energy, your evolution. Your personal growth and emotional well-being should never be sidelined. They are the foundation of who you're becoming. Number 6. The power of resilience. The Stoics believed in cultivating emotional resilience in the face of adversity. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." Resilience isn't just about bouncing back from hardship. It's also about remaining steady in all situations, including relationships. When we make ourselves too available to someone, we lose that steadiness. We bend and shift according to their needs, rather than remaining grounded in our own sense of self. Being resilient means not giving in to the temptation to be constantly available or to emotionally overextend ourselves. It's about keeping your composure, even when you want to jump into someone else's life and solve all their problems. By practicing resilience, we don't just stay true to ourselves, we radiate a rare magnetic energy. People are naturally drawn to those who remain calm, composed, and grounded, even when the world around them stirs with chaos. That quiet confidence? It's the result of inner strength, and it's incredibly attractive. This strength isn't born overnight. It's cultivated through self-discipline, emotional control, and staying loyal to the Stoic principles of self-mastery and purpose. So build your emotional resilience like a muscle, and the next time you're tempted to abandon yourself for someone else's comfort, remember, real power lies in staying centered. Number 7. Living according to your values. Seneca said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." This quote serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of living according to our values. When we become overly available to others, we risk sacrificing our values in an attempt to gain their approval. Whether it's putting your career on hold or abandoning your hobbies, prioritizing someone else too much can lead to resentment and loss of self-worth. The Stoic approach encourages us to live a life of purpose, focusing on what truly matters. By staying true to your values, you not only preserve your sense of self, but also attract others who respect and share those values. When we live authentically, we unlock a magnetic force. There's something undeniably powerful about someone who stands firm in their truth, unapologetically. People are drawn to those who know who they are, what they believe, and refuse to shrink to fit into anyone else's mold. By aligning your actions with your values, you naturally attract relationships built on depth, honesty, and mutual respect, not convenience or performance. So, pause, reflect, define your values, and then live them out boldly. When you do, the right people won't just notice you. They'll respect you, connect with you, and love you for exactly who you are. Number 8. The concept of self-sufficiency. Marcus Aurelius believed that the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. One of the cornerstones of Stoicism is self-sufficiency, the idea that true happiness comes from within. When we make ourselves too available to others, we risk giving away our emotional independence. We may start depending on others for our sense of worth, which ultimately leads to dissatisfaction and imbalance in relationships. Being self-sufficient means that your happiness is not dependent on external circumstances. You find joy in your own life, in your own pursuits, and in your own growth. This independence creates a strong foundation for all relationships. When you're emotionally self-sufficient, you stop seeking constant validation and begin radiating a quiet magnetic strength that draws people in. You no longer depend on others' approval to feel worthy or secure. The Stoics taught us to focus on what we can control, our thoughts, actions, and reactions, leaving everything else to unfold naturally. True freedom and peace come from within. By aligning with your values, prioritizing your growth, and cultivating emotional resilience, you build stronger, more authentic relationships. Emotional self-control isn't about distancing yourself. It's about standing firm in your true power, rooted in self-awareness. Number 9. Detachment as freedom. Finally, let's discuss the Stoic concept of detachment. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." Detachment doesn't mean not caring about others. It means understanding that we cannot control other people's feelings or actions. When we become too attached to someone's affection or approval, we surrender our peace of mind. Detachment gives us the freedom to remain calm and unaffected by external forces. In relationships, detachment means maintaining your emotional equilibrium, even when things don't go as planned. It's about knowing that you cannot control how someone else feels, and therefore, not letting their actions determine your emotional state. Real-life examples. Let's take an example. Imagine you're in a new relationship. At first, the excitement is overwhelming. You're eager to make a good impression and to show how much you care. This eagerness often translates into constant availability. You reply to texts instantly, drop your plans to spend time with them, and rearrange your life to accommodate their schedule. All your free time is dedicated to impressing them, showing them that you're the perfect partner. But as time passes, you start to notice a shift. They seem more distant, perhaps a little less engaged. You begin to feel frustrated, confused, and maybe even a little hurt. Why does this happen? It's because they've likely sensed your neediness. While you may think being available all the time shows how much you care, the truth is that neediness can feel overwhelming and off-putting. When you don't have a life outside of them, you unintentionally put too much pressure on the relationship. You're coming from a place of emotional dependence rather than emotional self-sufficiency, and it can make the other person feel smothered or even unappreciated. Now, let's imagine a different scenario. You still care deeply, but you approach the relationship with more balance. You continue to invest in your own hobbies, passions, and goals. You prioritize your emotional independence and well-being. Rather than constantly being available, you allow them the space to reach out to you and take the lead at times. You create space for them to miss you, to value your time, and to appreciate you for who you are, not just for your availability. This shift in behavior changes the entire dynamic of the relationship. It establishes healthy boundaries and ensures that both partners have time and space to grow as individuals, which ultimately strengthens the relationship. When you're emotionally independent and don't rely on someone else for constant validation or attention, you naturally become more attractive. People are drawn to those who have a sense of self-worth that isn't dependent on them. When you create room for others to pursue you, you allow them to truly appreciate you, rather than just taking you for granted. This is the power of emotional self-sufficiency. It empowers both you and the person you're with to enjoy a more balanced, fulfilling relationship, where both people feel seen, valued, and respected. It's about creating a dynamic where you bring your best self to the table without losing yourself in the process. Final thoughts. In conclusion, remember that your time, energy, and inner peace are too valuable to give away freely. Stoicism teaches us that true happiness and strength come from within, not from the constant validation or attention of others. By setting healthy boundaries and embracing your independence, you not only protect your sense of self, but also pave the way for more meaningful and balanced relationships. When you're too available, you risk becoming dependent on others for your worth, and that imbalance can push people away. Instead, Cultivate self-respect by prioritizing your needs, pursuing your passions, and maintaining emotional resilience. As Marcus Aurelius reminds us, true happiness comes from within. This wisdom encourages us to remain self-sufficient, to detach from the urge for continuous external approval, and to focus on our personal growth. When you practice non-attachment and balance, you create a space that attracts others who appreciate you for who you are. Let your inner strength shine and guard your peace fiercely. By doing so, you build relationships that are founded on mutual respect and genuine connection. Thank you for watching. Stay wise, stay independent, and remember, your self-worth begins with you.